welcome to my channel. If you're new here, this channel is all about homesteading, motherhood, homeschooling, baking, and small moments of our life. I'm eager to share something that has been in my head and on my mind lately on this video, as we are starting to homeschool my daughter and starting to have her sit down and go over some things like numbers, letters, and just daily activities, and even just being outside learning about colors, shapes, and nature, all of those things. I am going to be talking about a topic today that is not popular on the internet and would probably get me yelled at or canceled, quote unquote, with some of you. But one of the things that I want to be true to is who I am as a person and how our lives are truly, regardless of the day-to-day and expectations of the internet. Before I get into that, I wanted to make a quick little memorial moment for one of our chickens. This is my first time owning chickens, or our first time, and of course there are moments where you lose some of your chickens, and we lost one chicken the other day. I'm not sure what happened, but we think she flew over the fence and just got lost and possibly got taken by another animal. Later on in the video you'll see it started to snow and got really cold one night, so I'm just hoping that whatever happened to her, that it was quick, because I get very attached to animals. So I hope Pearl is okay, or I hope that it was quick. We started to plant in the area for spring next year. We can plant things like specific onions and garlic. I have some carrots that I'm going to be planting in another area. We've already planted all of our flowers, so that was something that we did not need to do, although I have kind of like a guilty pleasure when it comes to ordering a lot of flowers, just because I love planting them and seeing how they look. It's kind of like a mystery surprise later on in spring when they start to bud out. It's just such a wonderful feeling when you get to see those pop out. You'll see me baking in this video and making lasagna with homemade sauce, as well as some cookies and a Dutch baby pancake later on. But one thing that you didn't see, or maybe you did see a second ago, is I turned on the TV for my daughter, and that is the main topic of today's video. I am not against TV in our home. I'm not against technology. I'm not against iPads. I'm not against tablets. My daughter does not have a phone. Obviously she's 2, but we will have that conversation when I feel like she's at an age where she needs a phone. We're going to be homeschooling, so when it comes to a phone, that's going to be something that, you know, we'll talk about if she's leaving the house. But let's talk about screen time with our daughter, who is going to be 3 in December. First of all, it is nobody's business what we do in our home. I don't really care what others think, because I see the progress in our daughter and our lifestyle. Now, I would love to share with you how our daily lives go. When it comes to screen time, we limit it. We do watch specific shows. My husband and me agree on educational programs. However, there are some things that are just, you know, fun to watch. I believe I showed you guys a video last week of my daughter watching Bambi, which was really low stimulation. You know, there's really not much to learn on that video. To me, that's more of an like fun thing that she can watch. I mean, you can learn about animals, and we can count how many birds there are, and you kind of can see the changing of the seasons. So I guess you can turn something into an educational program if you really tried, but there are more out there that we do watch. Now, you can comment and pull up any kind of educational or specific book or statistic or argument that says children should not watch TV, period. I beg to differ, and I would argue that a lot of arguments and articles are severely biased, and some of them are written by people who may not even have children, and may not even 100% understand children specifically. Sometimes articles are generalized for the public, but every child, in my opinion, is different, and coming from me who has worked in childcare. Now, we only have one child, but my sister has 3 children, and like I said, I have worked in childcare before, so every child is different. And some children, as I've mentioned, I've watched a couple children where they can be glued to the TV, doesn't matter what they watch. Our daughter, when we turn something on, she understands that it's for a limited time and we have fun watching it. Sometimes I'll sit with her and we will, like I said, count birds on the screen, or I'll ask her, what season is it on the show? Or she'll tell me, Mommy, look, that's a circle. So when we watch TV, we try to make it as educational as we can. And to me, as long as we're getting something out of it or we're watching it together, it's okay in our house. We want to prepare our daughter for the future. Unfortunately, in today's age, we are living in a technology-based world. We are living in a day and age where everything is on your phone, on a screen, and I do not want my daughter to be bombarded in the future when maybe in her future it's going to be 10 times worse or 10 times more integrated. Now, I want to prepare her for whatever may happen with limitations based on her age. I want her to be prepared to know how to use a tablet, to know how to use a phone, to know how to use a computer, and search for things in the appropriate way. When we're doing school, we may do school half online, half book reading. I am the kind of person who thinks that screens all day, every day, on 100% of the time is not good for you. I mean, even me, if I'm watching my phone or looking at my phone for even, a small, short period of time, sometimes I'll get a headache from just staring at my phone. So it's all about limitation. And that is what I want people to take away from this, is every child's different and it's all about limiting based on what your child is showcasing. If they're showcasing behavior issues, or if they scream after you shut up the TV off, which our daughter doesn't do. I've seen children that do that and have watched children that do that. It's what you're watching with them. There are studies out there that do say that certain things that your children see, they will start to showcase or copy or mimic. I do believe that because I've seen that in our own child. I do believe that our child should not watch anything violent or anything that isn't age appropriate. Now, again, this is all in our home, but I just wanted to share my opinion on screen time. And basically, in our home, we want our daughter to be prepared for the future. Share a comment about your guys' opinions in your own home for screen time. I would love to hear it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.